Talmor, Shishin Magachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
You could argue that the Smashing Pumpkins are one of the most influential bands of the 90s. They're from Chicago. They formed in 1988, over 30 years ago. That make you feel old? Their second album, 1993's Siamese Dream, blew them wide open with rock radio stations across North America, adding them to the playlists forevermore. Their next album, 1995's Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, debuted number 1 on Billboard. That album sold over 20 million albums worldwide. And when their drummer, Jimmy Chamberlin, was a guest, he talked about the importance of family, being named one of the best rock drummers on the planet. We talked about near-death stories, playing D&D, Dungeons & Dragons, the early days of the Pumpkins, the Zwan Project came up, and Jimmy talked about Modern Drummer magazine and one of his awesome career highlights. Listen to this.
I mean, again, it's really, the whole thing was kind of a highlight. I would say, again, probably for me as a musician, really probably that first Modern Drummer cover.
Yeah.
Was probably the biggest moment. Because as a kid, that's what I did. I read Modern Drummer. I sat and stared at those covers, stared at those ads, and just thought, man, what if I practiced more than anybody, right? And when I ended up on the cover, it was a real dream come true.
Listen to This on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Find them online at TedcoRVSuppliesInc.com.
Hi, I'm Alexis Ohanian. You may know me as one of the co-founders of Reddit, but more recently, a large part of my identity is being a father to my 2 wonderful daughters. In my podcast, Business Dad, I'm hoping to open up the conversation about balancing careers and family. The one thing I constantly hear successful people say, without fail, is that they wish they'd spent more time with their kids. That's time no one can get back. So I decided to create Business Dad, to engage in the conversation about how we're spending our time now, providing a forum for successful dads to share their joys and challenges of being a working parent. You'll get to hear from a wide range of business dads, from Rainn Wilson and Guy Raz to Todd Carmichael and Shane Battier. And while this podcast will talk about business and will definitely be featuring dads, I think everyone can learn something from these incredible conversations as we unpack the expectations we all have about careers, relationships, and ourselves. Business Dad is available now, so be sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.